Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet, while others seem to effortlessly accumulate wealth and build a prosperous future for themselves? Do you wonder what sets the rich apart from the poor when it comes to managing debt and achieving financial freedom? The answer lies in how differently these two groups approach debt, with the rich using it as a strategic tool to build wealth, while the poor use it just to survive. Think about it, how many people do you know who are drowning in credit card debt, living in a cycle of minimum payments and exorbitant interest rates, just to keep a roof over their heads and food on the table? For instance, a single mom working 2 jobs just to pay the bills, but still can't afford to save for her kids' education or her own retirement. Or a young couple who just bought their dream home, but are now saddled with a massive mortgage that's eating away at their income, leaving them with barely enough for groceries and entertainment. These are the harsh realities of using debt to survive, and it's a never-ending cycle that's hard to break free from. On the other hand, the rich have a completely different mindset when it comes to debt. They see it as an opportunity to leverage their wealth and build even more, rather than a necessary evil to get by. They use debt to invest in assets that appreciate in value over time, such as real estate, stocks, or businesses, which generates passive income and increases their net worth. For example, a real estate investor who takes out a mortgage to buy a rental property, which not only provides a steady stream of income, but also appreciates in value over time, allowing them to refinance and repeat the process. Or a business owner who takes out a loan to expand their operations, which increases their revenue and profits, enabling them to pay off the loan and reinvest the profits. The key is to use debt to create more wealth, rather than just to consume. This approach requires a deep understanding of finance, investing, and risk management, as well as a long-term perspective and discipline. The rich are willing to take calculated risks and tolerate short-term discomfort in pursuit of long-term gains. They also have a strong grasp of cash flow management, ensuring that their investments generate enough income to service their debt and still leave them with a profit. In contrast, the poor often lack the financial literacy and resources to make informed decisions about debt, and are more likely to be taken advantage of by predatory lenders and financial institutions. Furthermore, the rich have a different relationship with debt. They see it as a tool, not a burden. They understand that debt can be a powerful lever to build wealth, but it requires careful management and a clear strategy. They don't use debt to fund their lifestyle, but rather to invest in assets that will generate passive income and increase their net worth. They also have an emergency fund in place to cover unexpected expenses and avoid going further into debt. This approach not only helps them to build wealth, but also reduces their stress and anxiety levels, as they are in control of their finances. In addition, the rich often have access to better interest rates and terms on their debt due to their higher credit scores and net worth. This means they can borrow money at a lower cost and use it to invest in higher-yielding assets, which further increases their wealth. They also have a team of financial advisors and experts who help them navigate the complex world of finance and make informed decisions about debt and investing. This level of expertise and guidance is often out of reach for the poor, who may not have the resources or knowledge to access these services. It's also worth noting that the rich often use debt to finance tax-advantaged investments, such as 401k or IRA accounts, which allows them to reduce their tax liability and build wealth more efficiently. They also use debt to invest in assets that provide tax benefits, such as real estate or oil and gas investments, which can help reduce their taxable income and increase their after-tax returns. This level of financial sophistication and planning is often lacking among the poor, who may not have the knowledge or resources to take advantage of these strategies. In conclusion, the rich use debt to build wealth, while the poor use debt to survive, and this difference in mindset and approach is at the root of the wealth gap. By understanding how to use debt strategically and leveraging it to build wealth, anyone can start to close the gap and achieve financial freedom. The key to building wealth is to use debt as a tool, not a burden, and to have a clear strategy and long-term perspective.